Hey guys, today I'm going to talk to you about my automation system I designed for my basement lighting. As you can see here on this gorgeous wall that's been torn up and stuff thrown at, this is anything but normal. These switches are just regular momentary switches like you have for a doorbell that are controlling like some modules called impulse relays. And these relays are just relays that have an electronic circuit that you can control the lights by turning them on and off with pulses. So one pulse turns it on, one pulse turns it off. The benefit is to actually say replace regular three-way, four-way, three-way systems with this setup to control the lights. And because all you have to do is just run two-wire cable between switch boxes and just parallel your switches, and that's it. So and here you can see the LED lights just tell me how many lights are on in the basement. So I say like I turn on like the basement landing light, as you can see, just a regular incandescent bulb on a keyless socket. Whereas this red button kills the whole basement power. So if I press the whole basement's down, as you can see. And as you can see, this is right beside the main entrance. So like when I like leave the basement, I can hit the red button and it shuts the whole basement down. I don't have to worry about leaving any lights on. Now moving down, this is the control. This is where all the relays are. In these stove boxes, we actually have the 30 amp 250 volt relays that control two 15 amp dedicated lines coming from the electrical panel that actually control all the lights and everything, right? And these are all have 12 volt DC coil. As you can see with these low voltage cables going in and out, they're going into here. Those are the relays, the impulse relays. This is all a 12 volt DC system, and I put this in a clear box so you can see what's going on. You can see the little indicator lights, meaning green, meaning that like it's on, like this one's on, this landing light. And these are all just wire up. These guys, however, are all wired up to this box here, which houses a bunch of like PCB relays or printed circuit board relays mounted on the circuit board that I soldered on, and you can see a bunch of diodes. If you can see them, those are just in parallel, so like suppress the voltage spikes. And the reason for this is so I have a relay controlling another relay controlling another relay. Reason for this is to prevent like contact shatter, because these electronic circuit boards are digital and they're they have like transistors, or they have and they're very sensitive. So like you touch the two wires, like it triggers, like it could go like like the light flickers on and off. This relay slows it down because a relay is much slower than a solid state device. I'm not talking about these blue electromechanical relays. I'm talking about the actual controls, which is solid state, controlling the actual electromechanical relay. That's what it is. And now moving down, as you can see, a doorbell transformer. That that is actually controlling like this relay here, this ice cube relay. So this is basically a 16 volts AC being reduced with this resistor, as you can see, to 12 volts AC. And then inside that box, that white box, is a full bridge rectifier that actually converts AC to DC for that relay. This is a 12 volts DC relay. Reason for this relay is because this relay actually controls my LED strip lights in the basement, and I have to control multiple circuits with it. So like say like couples, like say I have like three inputs and three outputs, meaning I have three like transformers feeding like some LED strips. So I could control three like LED strip lights with like one switch. And obviously this transformer is hooked up to one of these boxes. So this transformer is hooked up to the relay. As you can see, I'm gonna turn on those. As you can see, the LED strips, ignore that I just got from an electrical supplier. And there's more here. So I planted all this stuff everywhere I could. That's why I need like a bunch of transformers instead of getting a big souped up transformer, or DC supply is the proper term. I just simply just use three smaller ones. I have this from my old Montana. Yeah. Yeah, and I wire these up together. Now moving down to the basement, you can see more of the switches. So this is like wired up in parallel with that switch that's by the basement landing. See, as you can see, This turns on the theater lights. As you can see, my little theater set up, and my projector screen I made out of plywood, and I just painted it white or something. My projector. As you can see, I just replaced pot lights or like with just regular keyless sockets. Well, this basement never had pot lights; it just had pull chain lamp holders back in the day. Before I came in, I savaged the place. As you get more pot lights, that's just a thing like a bar for like hanging on for like doing lifts or something. Who needs a gym? Got more lights here. Like I said, you can see all my low voltage cables running. That's all that stuff upstairs, as you can see here. This is a Pico switch on off that's controlling a 120 volt AC relay with an AC coil to control my Christmas tree receptacle upstairs with our wireless remote. Oh yeah, that's one flaw with this setup I designed. You cannot dim. Speaking of Pico, like you cannot dim these lights. This is only for on-off, so like in a warehouse or something like that. Anyway, moving down to the basement. Here, as you can see, I also have my LED strip. You gotta admit, people, I love my LED strips on my sink that I built. Well, I didn't build, I just did the whole plumbing myself, as you can see. And I did the faucet too. I designed out of gas pipe fittings, as you can probably know already. I like to play around with gas pipes and my plumbing and everything. But that's another topic, so you plumbers are probably interested in this now. And here's another one. It's like a solenoid valve, as you can see, that controls my garden hose off of my control. As you can see, my piping. Yes. But anyway, let's get back to topic. So the lights, as you can see, like they control by just regular switches, on, off, momentary switches, and yeah, and I don't think I mentioned that I put an LED strip piece behind my automation panel board and my electrical panel board. Can't go wrong with this. And behind my stairs where all my transformers are for upstairs and everything for my stuff and that feeds the rest of this house. Yeah. Oh, and here's another thing that's neat. Well, one thing that's neat is I have laser activated lights in this house, actually, believe it or not. So laser pointer activated, meaning that I can actually have, yes, an actual laser pointer. Maybe I'll turn this crap off. So you can see the red dot in that tube. A laser pointer that shines on a photo resistor that's located inside that tube over there. So one's a laser, one's a photo resistor. And the way this is designed is when you walk through, or I stick my hand in, you'll see the light. It'll trigger the lights on or off. I mean, stick it in, triggers on, because I block the laser beam. This is not infrared, this is actually real, so like you can actually see the light. This is a visible light. Just a 5-volt laser module I bought on Amazon, and I control a photoresistor, so I cut the power. The photoresistor, like, senses that it's dark, and it just triggers something on. Or I cut the light, I mean. And here, as you can see, I don't know if you can see these LEDs. That green, yellow, blue, that's actually the control, like tells you like what the status is. So for example, yellow means the laser is shining at it, blue means constant power, green means the module is switched on. So when I stick my hand through, see the light, the red means the light's on. The yellow, notice I turned off. I let go, I get out of the light, the beam's way, the yellow triggers on. Yellow means like it's conducting, right? Like the photo cell is like reading light. So this is also like hooked up to a momentary, like the impulse relay, and it's pretty neat. Like it's like I use this for my workshop, because when I walk in, I triggered on the lights, and I walk out, I trigger them off. It's pretty neat. Except the only flaw is if you have like say more than one person going in, then like one person goes in, turns the lights on, another person comes in, turns the lights off. But who cares? I work here alone. No one comes here anyway. This is my man cave. And here, as you can see, more light switches. Yeah, that's the control box for the actual, like, laser lights. It's more of my stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys like my little video and my little setup. And yeah, stay tuned for more.